Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you guys? Today we're going to make a little recipe known as super delicious brownies. I've made them already just to make sure that things were how they needed to be, and they turned out really well. So if you want to give it a shot, go for it. Now, one thing as far as baking, it's different than cooking. Before, when you just cook something, you can kind of willy-nilly some of the ingredients, but when you are baking, you need to be particularly precise. So we are going to weigh and measure everything we do. Now, let's talk about some ingredients. We are going to use butter. It's 130 grams of butter, which obviously, if you know your sticks of butter to grams ratio, you know it's just more than a little bit of one stick. We're going to use, we gotta go in order, okay? We're going to use erythritol, 140 grams. If you want it particularly sweet, I tried it with 170 grams. The recipe calls for between 140 and 200. Okay? I tried it right in the middle, and it was a little too sweet for me, so I'm going to go closer to 150 today. Okay? We are going to use some cocoa powder, okay? And this is the one that matters. You got to buy some fancy stuff. You gotta spring for this. I don't see. I used to have some of the Hershey stuff, but you have to get the good chocolate. Okay, it's going to make a huge difference. Okay, after that we're going to use some salt, 2 eggs at room temperature, and at the end we'll be adding in some almond flour. Okay, so get your ingredients ready and let's do this. We need 80 grams of this. So let's do it. That's boom, 80, right on the money. And now that everything is weighed and measured, including my half teaspoon of salt, everything is good to go. And let's get mixed. So I'm going to start by mixing in my sugar and my cocoa powder in the same bowl. Okay, I have a microwave-proof bowl here. Okay, because we're going to toss it in. Okay, and I'm also going to throw in my butter. And so the plan here is I'm going to throw it for 15-20 seconds. Mix it up. 15-20 seconds. Mix it up. Nice and easy.
Looking good.
So if you take a look, you can tell it's nice and dark. It's starting to smell real good. And what I want to make sure is that as I'm mixing it, I want to make sure that the sugar, the butter, and the cocoa powder all become one. And now we're going to add 1 egg at a time. So I'm going to add the egg, whisk it up nice and thorough to make sure everything's mixed in, and do the same thing with the second egg. You should be able to see that the batter is getting a little bit lighter in color. From here, there's only two things left to do. I'm going to add my salt, and this is where my CrossFit muscles come into play because we are going to need to shake vigorously. I'm going to go ahead and pour the almond flour in throughout, okay? And we have to continuously beat this until all of the almond flour blends in. Let's get it. So now I have the oven set to 350, and I have my 3 ramekins. I've sprayed them down. If you want to do something like a loaf or if you have the appropriate pan, I like these sort of single individual servings. And what we're going to do is we're going to scoop about a ½ inch worth of batter into each one. Whatever you do, just make sure that they're nice and even, okay, so they're all the same height, and place them on the middle rack. They should bake for about 17 minutes. You can always grab a toothpick, poke the middle, and when it comes out dry-ish, you want to pull them out, okay? You don't want it to be sort of cooked all the way through. You want it to just be the tiniest bit undercooked in the middle, because that's what's really going to make these delicious. So these are now done. The knife came out nice and wet. I just want to give a shout out to my boy Shashi. He's the one who gave me the idea to make these brownies, or to make brownies. And if there's something you want me to try and make a video out of, let me know. So I actually didn't wait that long to take them out of the ramekins. I took a bite already. It was very hot, but they're very delicious. You can just tell that cross section looks so good. But wait till they cool down; they'll be a little better. And enjoy.